Hello and welcome to another video. This time we've never had one of these before. I think this is a really cool car. You just don't see them, about. I think it's just great. See what it is. Do you recognise it? Probably not. Right, what this is a 1964 Chevrolet Corvair Monza. They were basically, they brought this model out, Chevrolet brought this Corvair series out in 1960 to compete with such like as Volkswagen, Karmann Gears, etc., air-cooled cars, small compact air-cooled cars. This is a 1964 Corvair Monza. It's got a similar layout to a Karmann Ghia, so it's a rear-engine car, air-cooled car. I think it's off the top of my head, I can't remember now. I think it's 2.7 flat six, air-cooled flat six, like a Porsche, early Porsche engine, air-cooled, engine in the rear. It's just a lovely car. It's just beautiful. They brought the as I say, they brought the Corvair out in '64, and it wasn't without some sort of controversy at the time. And they made the first series Corvair, which this is, until '64, late '64, until they facelifted it in '65. Now this car is the '64, so it's considered. Its spec and what it is, it's a two-door, obviously. It's a two-door. It's a 4-speed manual, 4 on the floor. You could buy this car in a 2-speed. I think it was a Power Glide automatic, which many of them are. You could buy it in a 3-speed manual, and you could buy it in a 4-speed manual, and the 4-speed manual is considered by everybody, the 64 4-speed, should I say, is considered the best model of the beast. So it's a two-door, so it's got everything going for it. Just a really cool car. I'm going to turn this round now and then show you around the car. Right, so this car has just come into the country. It's just going through its registration process now. It came out of New York, where it was used 2 or 3 times a week. It would originally, it's been resprayed once in its life. It's always been a blue car. It had a paint job 8 to 10 years ago, where it had any rust issues rectified. It's a predominantly very solid car, but because of the age that it was restored, the time scale involved, it's just starting. Well, it's showing its age now. It's showing blemishes in the paint. It's got marks commensurate with a car that's been used and not just shown, and it's not a trailer queen. It was used, as I say, 2 or 3 times a week by this guy. So it's got scratches, little dings, little rust patches, a little bit of bubbling up, but you'd expect that after 8 or 10 years of a paint job. So I would say the paint is presentable. It's driver quality paint. It's a very presentable car. It is solid. Underneath is solid. That's not to say it will have no rust on it at all, because of course it will, because it is nearly it's a 60-year-old car nearly. But anyway, so just walk around it. Original wheels. Just had 4 new tyres put on it. Now, for some reason, the guy that owned it he owned it for 2 years. He chose to strip the engine lid and do it in bare metal and leave it in bare metal. Quite a while. This This car was used. I've got photos of it. This car has been used as a magazine article car with various models and bits and bobs draped over it. It's just a very, very usable car. So it's not a show queen. All the glass is good. All the cab glass is good. The engine was rebuilt around 3 to 4 years ago. Before this guy bought it, it was rebuilt by a Chevrolet man, and the engine is just superb. It's just a wonderful engine. Very straight, very basic engine, very basic, nothing complicated. It's been converted to electronic ignition, so do away with the points and the problematic issues with those. So when this guy bought it, he bought it 2 years ago. He took it to his local Corvair man. There was a Corvair specialist, a member of the owners club, etc. He went through the car to make sure it was a-okay and safe to drive. So they did things like the brakes. So it had new brakes. This is 2 years ago. So it had new brakes. It had 4 new tyres. Obviously the engine was rebuilt prior to that. So everything on the car works. All the lights work. All the electrics work. It's obviously a 12-volt car from the 60s. It is just, I mean, I would not be scared to go anywhere. I've driven this for several miles on the road. It's just waiting for its, it's just waiting for its plates, its registration from the DVLA. But it drives lovely. It will drive at motorway speeds without a qualm. It's just a cracking thing. It sounds absolutely gorgeous with the sort of pea shooter rear tailpipes. It's just a cracking thing, and it's not a big car. It's a small. I love it in here. It's just brilliant. 60s, and it smells 60s. It takes me back when I used to get a ride. It's something similar to a Morris Traveller. I used to ride in this Morris Traveller as a child to school, and it smells very much like that. It is just, I love it. I absolutely love this thing. Absolutely love this thing. And because it's a 60s car, it's really of an era that it should be nice and reliable, and with its electronic ignition upgrade, it's a turnkey car really, and off you go. It's obviously, it will be registered correctly as historical, so it requires no tax, and it's MOT exempt. But you could just jump in this and use it and go anywhere and not be worried about it. And it's got some really quirky little... But look how clean that is. It's just lovely. Rebuilt engine is just spot on. Doesn't smoke, doesn't rattle, it just sounds exactly like it should sound. Is just a brilliant car. Yeah, as I say, it's not mint, not supposed to be. It's just a usable solid, mechanically all together, previously used regularly, looked after car. Incidentally, it would originally have had lots of chrome trims on it, so it had chrome trims on the seals, chrome trims around the arches and various places throughout the bodywork. All that trim is with the car. It was taken off, and it was when it was painted back in the day. The owner then chose to leave it the minimalistic look without all the bling and pomp and circumstance. So, but it does all come with it. It's all there. There's spares with it, some used spares, used spare parts, but this an enormous pile of trim parts. So if you wanted to put it back to how it was in the day, then you could do. But you know, I'm going to put this. This will be going on eBay shortly. I'm expecting the V5 through in the next sort of 2 weeks, and it's going on eBay now. If I don't get any interest from it, I will have it repainted professionally. So throw 5 or 6 grand at it and have it painted nicely. I love this car, and I'm so tempted to keep it and use it because it's just great fun to drive. It's just lovely. And so, you know, if I don't get any interest, that's what I may do. Put it through a nice proper paint shop and have it done so it does the car justice. But as it is, as I say, it's a usable vehicle. It's in lovely presentable order. It's just nice. You don't have to be precious about it. Jump in and drive it, use it. It's just nice. I love it. Going on eBay shortly. Please get in touch if you're interested. You can contact Pete on 07980 921 341. Thanks for watching.